Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for January. I'm going to go ahead and start us off by shuffling some rider-waite tarot here, and we're going to dive right in. The goal is for me to set up the month kind of like a calendar so we can get a look at each week as it comes and get a feel for the vibes. One more shuffle. I like to be thorough. Beautiful. Perfect. All right, so this is the first half of January, ready to rock and roll for you, Aquarius. I'm going to dive into the Pulp Tarot next and pull the second half of January for you. If you're curious regarding the full year reading, I do have the years for 2025 already posted and ready to rock and roll for you if that is something that would interest you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. It really does help out the channel. As you can see, my channel is still quite fresh. Beautiful. Okay. Whoop. Okay, perfecto mundo. And lastly, I'm just going to pull 4 more from the Shaman Oracle. These are going to be your highlights for each week, just what to look out for, things like that. One more. Beautiful. Okay, perfect. We are ready to rock and roll now. So, first things first, I'm just going to move 3/4 of the month out of the way for us so it's a little easier to see what's happening and we can go week by week without me throwing cards around. Okay, perfect. So, your highlight for the first week of January is the Shaman of Courage. Gorgeous. You don't need to look for the light in the darkness. You are the light in the darkness. All right. So we're going to see how this pertains, but it looks like you're starting out the first week of January with the 4 of Wands. This can indicate a completed project, a celebration occurring. I mean, this is kind of New Year's time in Western world anyway, the Gregorian calendar. So yeah, definitely celebrations in the air. The 4 of Wands can also represent a portal that you're walking through, a doorway of sorts. And I feel the need to say that because the Death card comes up next. This is kind of indicating some changes for sure. It's kind of the ending of an old way, so a new way can begin with this sunrise here in the background. We'll find out. We're going to dive deeper and clarify. But this brings you into the Queen of Wands. Whatever you're shedding here, it's going to bring you into a more empowered space with yourself, where you're feeling more at home in yourself, for lack of better words. It might be a more creative time for you as well. I'm always going to be big in, delivering propaganda about being creative. Also ignore the little nibble marks. I do have 3 bunnies. And one of them loves to read cards. Well, she likes to pull cards. I just read them for her. She doesn't speak English so good. She just does a series of squeaks and honks, some humming once in a while. Anyway, enough about my furry children. I'm just shuffling some of my Shadowscapes tarot for you. We're going to clarify these guys. All right, one more shuffle. Perfecto mundo. All right, Spirit. What is the 4 of Wands for Aquarius? It's being confirmed by the 4 of Cups. We'll take one more. And the 10 of Wands, interesting. Okay, so what I'm getting here, because the Four of Wands kind of talks about the completion of a project, a celebration, can also talk about going through a doorway here. It's being confirmed by the Four of Cups. First off, I just want to mention we've got two fours. The number 4 represents like a structure. It represents kind of a balance, so to speak. It can talk about understanding the mind and opinions. So here the Four of Cups kind of talks about this emotional overwhelm here. So maybe this completed project, maybe you felt a little overwhelmed while you were completing it, because it's confirmed by the Ten of Wands where, yes, it kind of indicates this burdensome project that you've kind of been slaving over, for lack of better words. And I feel like, yeah, it's going to feel good to put everything down. Because I mean, the Ten of Wands is a number of completion. It is a completed task, though it might feel a little overwhelming. Do it. Do the thing. You can do it. You're almost there. It's the home stretch, baby. All right. Now this moves us into the Death card, this change, this new beginning that needs to happen here, Aquarius. What is this, Spirit? What is the Death card? One more. All right, so the Death card is being confirmed by the World card. Interesting. So this tells me here you might be having a change in mindset, mainly because I saw the Four of Cups here. I saw the kind of burden you were kind of carrying here with this Four of Wands. And the World card kind of talks about this change in mindset almost. Like, I kind of get the vibe that you're kind of stepping away from things that made you feel bogged down, that made you feel burdened. And you're kind of realizing that the world is abundant and it is for you, it is for everyone. And you deserve a piece of the pie without struggling so much, right? That's kind of the vibe I get, is you're kind of letting go of these burdens you're feeling, this overwhelm you're feeling. Because it's confirmed by the Six of Cups, and this talks about kind of nostalgia. So I feel like now might be a good time to reflect on the past, this midweek of the first week of January. It might be good to, kind of look back to the past, see what treasures lie there, see if there's any pieces of you, your inner child potentially, right, that need some healing, that need a little bit of love. I will say this seems to be a theme for like all of the readings that I've been doing. Lots of shadow work, lots of inner change, lots of inner work. The Shaman of Courage has showed up for almost everyone, as well as the Hunter of Gifts. So, I mean, putting in the work, walking down the dark path without knowing the outcome brings a gift at the end, is kind of the vibe. So, moving into the Queen of Wands, Spirit. One more. Interesting. The Queen of Wands is confirmed by the Nine of Swords. So yeah, I feel like you're letting go of this, because the Nine of Swords is talking about this negative self-talk, this rumination that we tend to do, right? We overthink and then we think again because overthinking wasn't enough for some reason. But this moves you into the Tower. Yeah, this first week of January, you're going to be releasing a lot of things that weren't working, a lot of things that weren't serving you. But I feel like this is bringing you to your highest good. This is moving you on to better, brighter things, Aquarius. So we're going to go ahead and move on into the second week of January, still using the Shadowscapes Tarot for this. But it looks like this week is highlighted for you by the Hunter of Gifts. I like it. Because you start out this second week of January at the Wheel of Frickin' Fortune. Beautiful. So this talks about doors opening. It's a forward-moving evolution. It's a change in karma. I like it. And this moves you to the Seven of Pentacles. You're kind of looking at your work. You're considering what you've done, how far you've come, if you need to course correct. And I see you here moving into the Eight of Cups. You've healed from something here. but you're also walking away from something that is no longer working for you here, Aquarius. So we're going to go ahead and dive right in to the clarifications for you. Once again, the Hunter of Gifts. Let's see. I feel like this Wheel of Fortune is a gift, but hey, let's get right into it. What is the Wheel of Fortune, Spirit? The Wheel of Fortune is the Queen of Swords. I definitely see you clearing out the fog here, especially if this first week still feels a little bit foggy, mentally speaking. I feel like you're cutting right through the nonsense. And I mean, especially carrying on from this Queen of Wands energy from the end of the first week, you bring it into the second week of January here, where, yeah, you're thinking more clearly. And it's kind of this notion of, I'm not taking anything less than I'm worth. So if you're not meeting with me where I'm at, no thank you. Love that for you. Now this moves us into the Seven of Pentacles. What is the Seven of Pentacles, Spirit? It's the High Priestess. Interesting. So what you're working on here, this kind of tells me that, yeah, you're going to need to trust your intuition, go with your gut instinct. You're very in tune right now. Spirit also wants you to know that you are divinely protected here. So go with your gut. If it doesn't feel right, it isn't, walk away. Moving into the Eight of Cups, I feel like you kind of walk away from something that isn't working. And it's being confirmed by the Hierophant. This tells me, yes, this is kind of a blessing from Spirit, a gift, perhaps you could say. Because yes, you're more in your power here. You're changing, you're kind of more in tune and more aligned with the universe, is what I'm trying to say here. And this leads you to think about the projects you're working on, and you're kind of like, what do I do? You go with your intuition and you decide to walk away from something that isn't working. And Spirit is blessing you for that. It's not easy to walk away from something, especially if it's something you've been doing for a while, right? But trusting your intuition, Spirit definitely rewards that. So we're going to go ahead and move on into the third week of January for you, Aquarius. And it looks like the third week, your highlight is the Dancer of Fear. Ooh. I don't feel like this is a bad thing. This third week looks really good. Kind of what I'm getting from that is, I mean, how can you be afraid of something when you've got a full suit of armor on and you're protected by Spirit? You're the shaman of courage. So what this tells me is you dance in the face of fear is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. But we're going to go ahead and clarify for you using the Manga Tarot. But it looks like you're starting off this third week of January at the Two of Wands. You've got your adventuring outfit on. You're looking pretty fire, we'll say. But it looks like you're kind of making a plan. You're setting goals. You've got the world in your hands, and you're looking for a new opportunity. And I feel like you're going to be able to overcome obstacles no problem, because it brings you into the world showing up again. This realization of unlimited potential in the world and within the self. This is talking about abundance. It's freedom. It's attainment. Gorgeous. And this moves you into the Hermit. I love the Hermit. Anyway, the Hermit is talking about going inward and seeking solace to find answers within. I feel like that's the scariest journey we take, is the one within. But we're going to go ahead and clarify. What is our Two of Wands, Spirit? The High Priestess, again, go with your gut. Trust your intuition here. You're on fire. Like, you are protected at this time. You can trust yourself. You can trust your guides. They've got you. Gorgeous. Step into the unknown because you know that you can do it. What is the World, Spirit? The World is confirmed by the Queen of Cups, further bolstering your intuition. Your third eye is like just glowing right now. So, I mean, yeah, definitely looking good for intuition. This is talking about a more emotionally mature time that you're in here. Like you're very, what's the word I'm looking for? You're just very in tune. I'm sure the word will come to me at some point, but this looks freaking phenomenal so far, Aquarius. Now we're going to move into the Hermit. What is the Hermit spirit? The Emperor. This is a lot of major arcana. This is a big freaking month for you, Aquarius. The Hermit here, this going inward, being confirmed by the Emperor. This kind of tells me that you're going inward and you're considering your growth and your movement so far and how you want to continue. This is talking about leadership and being in a powerful position. And I like to see this actually quite a bit with the Hermit, because this tells me that you're regarding your feelings, your emotions, your thoughts, your actions, you are in the driver's seat. You're not being controlled by others. You are in control. That is a beautiful position to be in. That brings so many gifts, so much joy. This looks fantastic, Aquarius. So yeah, I feel like you're dancing right through any type of fear. I feel like a lot of people stepping into a new opportunity with no guarantee of what the outcome is going to be, that is terrifying. Literally, that's really scary. Not everyone is capable of doing this, but you are, Aquarius. You are the dancer of fear. It's like fear shows up on the scene and you're just like, I'm going to twerk it out. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move forward into our final week for you, Aquarius. Now it looks like the fourth and final week of January for you is highlighted by the Hunter of Honor. Gorgeous, the honoring path. Love that. Now, it looks like you're starting off the final week of January with the Knight of Cups. I do want to point out, I'm seeing a lot of cups, a lot of water here. I don't feel like this is a super intense love reading or anything, but I will say if there's love out there for you, it looks good. Like if you're in a partnership, it looks good. If you're looking, also looks good. Get out there, right? Step into the unknown. Trust yourself. All right. So you start out with the Knight of Cups. This is talking about this forward progression, forward movement. Things are looking really fortunate. You're kind of on this journey. You're a seeker. I like it. Looks good on you. And it moves you into the Eight of Wands. It's this quick moving whirlwind time. You're in like a flow state by this point. Like I feel like you kind of were finding your groove here in the first week. By the second week, you're just like killing it. You're in a flow state, like no one's getting in your way. You're just go, 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 baby, go. And it leads you into the Queen of Pentacles, this health, wealth, happiness. Things are looking abundant. They're looking joyous. You've got so much left over, you're able to give to others. And that is what honor is all about, right? Doing the things we love, caring for the people we love, and even sharing with the people we love. All right, I'm going to stop before it turns into a nursery rhyme there. But let's go ahead and clarify. What is the Knight of Cups spirit? Confirmed by the Queen of Swords again. Yes, thinking very clearly. You're very wise, very keen. Trust yourself, trust your gut. I love this, especially if this is a love offer. Once again, you are only accepting what you are worth. If someone's not meeting you where you're at, you're like, bye, Felicia. So that looks really good. Now, this moves us into the Eight of Wands, this whirlwind time. Interesting. Well, if it is love, it looks freaking good because the lover shows up. However, what I'm getting with this whirlwind time here, if we're not talking love here, if we're talking about all the work that you've been putting in, the serious stuff, I'm just joking. But when you've hit this flow state, things are moving quickly, effortlessly, like it's just kind of a magical time is what I'm getting. But being confirmed by the Lovers, this tells me that you have a significant positive mindset happening at this time. Like you're feeling good, you're looking good, and like once again, your intuition is off the charts. So please follow your intuition, trust your intuition. You know what's best for you better than anyone else. I guarantee you that. And this moves you right into the Queen of Pentacles, this glorious, like, fruition, for lack of better words. What is the Queen of Pentacles spirit? One more. Interesting. The Queen of Pentacles, this change in fortune, this health, wealth, and happiness, is confirmed by the Ten of Swords. This looks bad, but it isn't. The Ten of Swords is talking about you releasing something. So I feel like this death here, this tower moment that you had in the first week, and there's been a couple like little things come up. The Four of Cups, I believe, was one of them. There's like a pain that you've had for a while. The Nine of Swords even showed up, but you're releasing something. It's this idea of I've thought and done all I possibly can about this situation, and I'm letting it go. I'm releasing it, and I'm ready for a new start, a new beginning. That looks great because it's confirmed by this Ace of Swords. It's an epiphany. It's a flash of insight, kind of like you've what's the word? You've had this moment where it's like an aha moment where now I have Take On Me stuck in my head. Great. Excellent song, by the way. Anyway, but I feel like you just kind of hit this, you hit a wall with this or something. It's like it came up, especially with you in this flow state, in this positive mindset. You're the Queen of Swords, you're the Lovers, you're positive, you're intuitive. And this tried to show up again. Your shadow tried to be like, hey, but remember about this really sad thing? And you're like, yeah, I do. And I'm done. I'm over it. So, like, I don't know, Aquarius, this looks like a really positive month. One of the more positive readings, I would say, actually. But I hope you have a wonderful day. And you know what? You're going to have an amazing month of January. So get into it, Gorge. All right. Take care now.